Alright, so this is the craziest thing I've seen. In the middle of the road, it's like 85 degrees. Look at how big this guy is. Holy cow. He's massive. Look how big he is compared to my hand. Whoa, dude. He's huge. What are you doing? What are you doing crossing the road? Wow. He's huge. Really. I only use this if I need it. It's just a pincher. I can usually hold it with my finger. There's a good example of a really bad tooth. We'll just bring it back to shape. See that? No blue whatsoever, no heat. I can even touch that with my finger. It's a little warm. It's hot enough if I press down on it. Yes, it'll feel like it's burning my finger, but it won't. There's another beat to hell tooth. See if we can get right in there. I don't know. Get the camera in there, then I can't see with my head. This thing, this pawl is worn out, so I gotta hold it with my fingers. Alright, so you saw a little puff of smoke. That was because I was getting in a little deep too quick, but you see I got it straightened out. It's a nice point now. If you see smoke while you're doing this, stop. You're burning the hell out of your teeth. You don't want to do that. So see, I get back here where I can see. You could put this up higher if that would help. It's a nice point. And that's all we're trying to do, is knock them back straight. You're getting this angle back straight, and you're getting the point in the teeth. And then you're cleaning. See, down to here, right off the tip of my fingernail, I'm cleaning a little bit deeper there because that's going to give me more exit for my wood chips. I touch the top. You don't want to take too much off the top of your drive links, because right below that is your rivet. And what that's doing there, if I go too deep there, which I've shown you guys in videos many times, is then it just makes a chain that's going to break all the time, because you just weakened all your drives. See, that's okay there, that's acceptable. Some drive links are tall enough you can get away with taking a lot out. You have to look at the chain, and you have to look at where your rivets are at, and realize if you're taking off too much of the top of the drive link, because that's where a lot of your strength comes from, in your drive link, to keep your chain together from breaking. You've seen me ruin brand new chains because of that. I did too much. And I didn't always do it on purpose. I was in a hurry to just, I'm just gonna willy-nilly grind this. And I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Flat. See, that's getting a bit close on that drive link. That's about as much as you want to take. And that's with the saws. I usually push all the limits that I can with everything as far as I can push it until stuff just starts breaking, and then I go, oh, well, that's why. That's why you don't do that. Or that's why you take more time and care. That's why grinding can be bad. But then again, if you hand file, you can destroy that too. There's a little bit of smoke. But that was burning material. That was actually a lot of oil on there. Now I can hand file this chain after doing this, or because I'm gonna go and cut some dirty wood with it, I can just run it. This is what I call a scuff. This sharpen to this point. It's not sharp. It's not sharpened. The actual blade of the chisel is not sharpened. It's not sharp. It's angled right. It's got the perfect angle. It's clean. It's got the point back. There's a really burly one there. You can see the chip out of the tooth. This chain did hit some stuff last time I used it. It was a good chain. It did a lot of things that chains like to do. It did me well. It did not fail me. There's another pretty burly one. The only thing that these grinders are good for in my book is getting rid of that. You see now it's a sharp point. It's not a sharp chain, it's a sharp point, and it's a sharp angle. Top plate is meeting up with the chamfer. The chamfer is the inside angle on the front of the tooth. Top plate meets with chamfer at maximum. Top plate meets with chamfer at optimal angle. You can't get much of a smaller edge on that unless you hand file it. Because remember that we talked about, that's a little hot. I got a little deep there, but we're trying to just straighten them. These are beat anyway. This chain doesn't have much life left in it. I think it's 3 chains joined together actually, with a couple repair links. Top plate meets with chamfer at optimal angle. Because remember when we talked about filing and actually sharpening the chain, if you look really close, you see that little tiny point. There's a little tiny, see how I wipe it with my finger and it goes away? That's the chrome. That's the chrome plating on the, just in the belly. You see it there? I just peeled it up again and pushed it off. Now it's sitting on the front of the tooth. That's chrome plating. The outsides of these teeth are chrome plated. Well, the entire tooth is. Microscopic chrome plating that gives, I think we're gonna get rain again. This is ridiculous. I can't do anything without getting rain. Again, the very microscopic, that top plating on there, is what gives the chain its absolute sharpness. Now, sometimes these sprockets like to stick, and we have to just loosen them up. Don't bend your teeth, or don't bend your sprocket this way. Just lightly. Give it a few little taps. This is canola oil. Mostly this is from canola oil, because if it sits around for a long time, canola oil is definitely going to do that. And see, this bar is definitely wrong for this saw. I got to turn this way to show you guys that it's wrong for this saw, because even our studs here, these studs are too small for this bar. This is a huge saw bar. So if I didn't need it to cut this one piece of wood, I probably would not put it on here. But that just goes to show the other reason why we don't just go slapping stuff on a saw, because that's going to cause issues. I would not want to run this bar on this saw for very long with that whole deal going on. I'd want to change the studs out to a bigger stud. I don't know if I have them or not, because I haven't had any large size saws here in a while. I haven't had many large size saws in my time. I've had a couple. I've had a Husky, the 298 XP. That was a madman. 6 cubic inch. Great saw. I've had, I think, an 044. I don't think I had an 066 ever. I don't remember having one. 044, probably the biggest saw I ever had was either the Husky 298 72. I had Husky big saws, and I've had McCulloch big saws. Older McCulloch. I've had older McCulloch monster saw, but the bar on that saw, the way the hilt of the bar, you see it on that one bar that I have left over from one of those saws. That is sized for a smaller saw in modern day era. Modern day language works on a smaller saw pretty well. So that's why I don't really mess with the older McCullochs anymore, because they're odd. And they just, you're not going to find them that are in really good shape. They're all pretty beat now. They've had their time. This saw will turn this bar. This saw will work with this bar. To a point, it's going to have its limits. It fits much better. It actually fits much better on the 390. That's kind of why I want the 390 back in action, because this bar, I can put it on that saw. I don't really care about that saw. I can push that saw with this bar on it and buy $100 motor replacements for that saw. I can push that saw with this motor on it, buy $100 motor replacements for that saw every month, and not be too worried about it. Check my fuel. And you'll see when I first start this up, it's gonna struggle a bit to turn that big chain. But that's okay. I can use it for slabbing too, but I don't want to get real crazy with it. I'd rather have a 24-inch or a 30-inch on here. I think this is 36 or 40. This is a little bit of a lot too much. And that extra 6 inches or extra foot or 10-inch of bar is a lot for this chain to long it is. And I've measured it before. I just don't know where my tape is. It might be a 36-inch. I've run 036 chainsaws with a 3-foot bar. That's the 036 Pro, and they do fine. And that was the thing 6. Yeah, I don't